नमामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत न शृण्वन् ॐ श्रीमहागणपतये सरस्वत्यै नमो नित्यं भद्रकाल्ये नमो नमः वेदवेदान्तास्तानेभ्य सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम् शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतो वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः व्यासं वसिष्ठनप्तारं शक्तेः पौत्रमकल्मषं पराशरात्मजं वन्दे शुकतातं तपोनिधिं व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णुवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः आचतुर्वदनो ब्रह्मा भीमाहुरपरो हरिः अमाललोचनः शम्भुः भगवान् बादरायणः ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। सेकंड सर्वत्र प्रसिद्धोपदेशात् विवक्षित गुणोपपत्तेश्च अनुपपत्तेस्तु न शारीरः कर्म कर्तृव्यपदेशाच्च शब्द विशेषात् स्मृतेश्च अर्भकौकस्तावत्तत्यपदेशाच्च न इति चेत् न निचायत्वात् एवं व्योमवच्च संभोगप्राप्तिरिति चेत् न वैशेष्यात् अत्ताचराचरग्रहणात् प्रकरणाच्च गुहां प्रविष्टावात्मानौ हि तद्दर्शनात् विशेषणाच्च अन्तरोपपत्तेः स्थानादिव्यपदेशाच्च सुखविशिष्टाभिधानादेव च श्रुतोपनिषत्कगत्यभिधानाच्च अनवस्थितेरसंभवाच्च नेतरः Page 213 यत् पुनरुक्तम् छायात्मा विज्ञानात्मा देवतात्मा वा स्यात् अक्षिस्थान इति अत्रोच्यते न छायात्मादितर इह ग्रहणम् अर्हति तस्मात् अनवस्थितेः न तावच्छायात्मनः चक्षुषी नित्यमवस्थानं संभवति यदैव हि कश्चित् पुरुषः चक्षुरासीदिति तदा चक्षुषी पुरुषच्छाया दृश्यते अवगते तस्मिन् न दृश्यते य एषोऽक्षिणी पुरुषः इति च श्रुतिः सन्निधानात् स्वचक्षुषी दृश्यमानं पुरुषम् उपास्यत्वेनोपदिशति न च उपासना काले छायाकारम् कञ्चित् पुरुषं चक्षुसमीपे सन्निधानाप्योपास्तेति युक्तं कल्पयितुम् अस्यैव शरीरस्य नाशमन्वेषयिष्यति इति श्रुति छायात्मनः अप्यनवस्थितत्वं दर्शयति असंभवाच्च तस्मिन्नमृतत्वादि गुणानां न छायात्मनि प्रतीतिः तथा विज्ञानात्मनोऽपि साधारणे कृत्स्नशरीरेन्द्रियसम्बन्धे सति चक्षुष्येवावस्थितत्वं वक्तुं न शक्यम् ब्रह्मणस्तु व्यापिनोऽपि उपलब्ध्यर्थः हृदयादि देशविशेषसम्बन्धः समानश्च विज्ञानात्मनि अप्यमृतत्वादीनां गुणानाम् असम्बन्धः यद्यपि विज्ञानात्मा परमात्मनोऽनन्यः एव तथापि अविद्याकामकर्म कृतं तस्मिन् मर्त्यत्वम् अध्यारोपितम् भयं चेति अमृतत्वाभयत्वेनोपपद्येते संयद्वामत्वादयश्च एतस्मिन्नैश्वर्यादनुपन्ना एव एतस्मिन् अनैश्वर्याद् अनुपपन्ना एव देवतात्मनस्तु रश्मिभिः येषुऽस्मिन् प्रतिष्ठितः इति श्रुतेः यद्यपि चक्षुषी अवस्थानं स्यात् तथापि आत्मत्वं तावन्न संभवति पराग्रूपत्वात् अमृतत्वादयोऽपि न संभवति उत्पत्ति प्रलय श्रवणात् अमरत्वमपि देवानां चिरकाल अवस्थानपेक्षम् ऐश्वर्यमपि परमेश्वरायत्तं न स्वाभाविकम् भीषास्माद् वातः भवते भीषोदेति सूर्यः भीषास्मादग्निश्चेन्द्रश्च मृत्युर्धावति पञ्चमः इति मन्त्रवर्णात् तस्मात् परमेश्वर एव अयमक्षिस्थानप्रत्येतव्यः अस्मिंश्च पक्षे दृश्यतेति प्रसिद्धवद उपादानं शास्त्रादि अपेक्षम् विद्वद्विषयम् प्ररोचनार्थम् इति व्याख्येयम्। We were seeing this Adhikaranam, Antaradhikaranam, which is based on Chandogya Upanishad, 4th chapter, 15th section, 1st mantra. And that mantra said, Akshani Purushaha Drishyate. In this eyes there is one Purush which is seen. And about that Purush, 8 characteristics are mentioned. Which is this Purush? Which Satyakama Javala told to Upkosala as a continuation of the teaching which Upkosala had from Agni Devata. So this topic of Upkosal Vidya is starting from 10th section and it goes up to 15th section. So all the sutras, wow, I think 4 sutras are there. These 4 sutras are removing one doubt that Akshi Purusha is Brahman or it is Devata or Jeev or Sharir. So, first sutra said that because of the Antara Upapattehe, this Akshi Purusha cannot be Purush, cannot be Devata, cannot be Jeev, because the 8 characteristics mentioned cannot fit into it. Second point, second sutra was Sthanadi Vipadeshacha. Then it was said, how come the Brahman which is all pervading is mentioned in the eyes, except for the purpose of Upasana. Then third sutra came. What was the third sutra? Third sutra said that this follows because Ananta Sukha Vishishta Brahmopasana was mentioned by Agni Devata in 10th section, and he said that rest will be taught by your teacher. And the Brahmopasana, therefore it follows that Brahmopasana will be there. Then one more question came. How do you say? Because Agni Upasana is also mentioned. How do you see like that? Then it was mentioned that the fruit given in the 15th section, 5th mantra, is about the Brahmalok. So Brahmalok can be gained only by the Upasak of Samud Brahma and not Agni Upasak. And this was clarified by Shrutopanishad Gati Gati Abhidhana Cha. Right? Everything has come back in your mind. Or is still not? So this topic we saw. 16th. And then last subject, it was said, why not that Chaya can be in the eyes? Last, the Purush cannot, why not it can be in the eyes? So answer was given, 2 answers were given. Anavastitehe. Because this, even if the Pratibimb or the Chaya is in the eyes, it will be fickle by nature. And nobody has the time to sit in front of you to do your upasana. He'll hit and run away. So anavastitehe. And second point was asambhavacha. It is again not possible. And taking a leaf here, Bhagavan Bhashakar said, Jeev also cannot be in the eyes. The body cannot be in the eyes, and Devata also, because all are anavasthit gunarup. Till this point we had seen yesterday. And I think I had completed all the sutra, but technical format was remaining. Let's go to the technical format quickly. Then I want to move to another adhikaran. So very easy. Vishaya, what is Vishaya? Akshiyantar Purushaha is the Vishaya. So what topic is being discussed? That is 4.15.1. That is called Akshiyantar Purushaha, mentioned in this particular section. This is the Vishaya, subject matter under discussion. Then what is the samshaya? What is the doubt? Doubt is whether this Paramatma, which is mentioned in the Chandogya this 4.15.1, is it Chaya Atma, Jiva Atma or Devata Atma? Chaya Atma means reflection of the Purush in the eyes. Is it Jiva Atma or the Dev? These words are used by Bhashakar. So Purupaksh, third point, Purupaksh. What did Purupaksh say? Purupaksh says it is Chaya Atma. It is the reflection of body in the eyes. Why? Because he said the word Purush has been used. So, Akshi Pratbimbita Sthula Sharira Eva Drishyate. He has said that because the word Drishyate has been used, so this is the word, this is the reflection of the body in the eyes. This is called Purpaksha. Okay. Then comes what? Siddhantaha. I need not explain, I have explained, therefore I will just summarize it. What is Siddhanta? Siddhanta means, what did? Bolo, Bhagwan Vedavyas has to answer. He said this Purush is Paramatma. Akshi Purush is the Paramatma or Brahman. Okay. And what is biggest cause? Biggest cause of that is 8 virtues. 8 virtues mentioned in the 4.15.1. And this virtue has been used in the sutras 13, 14, 15, 10, 16. Right? This is a summary. Then what is Sangati? This is the position. Its position is right. One small Purupaksh is there. What is a Purupaksh? So after establishing Paramatma alone is Akshi Purusha, Purupaksh says, okay, I understand. But we have not explained one word you skipped. Which word I skipped? One word you skipped. I don't know it was a deliberate skipping or it was a by mistake you skipped it. Which word? Drishyate. Seen word. Because there Akshini Purusha Drishyate word is. Drishyate generally means visible to eyes. Drish dhatu is to see. So if the Paramatma is the meaning in the eyes, then how can this be visible in the eyes? Who? Paramatma. Because na tatra chakshur gacchati, na vag gacchati, no manaha, na vidmaha, na vijanimaha, yatha etad anushishyat, anya dev tad viditat, aviditat, adhi. Yat tad adrishyam, agrahyam, agotram, avarnam, achakshushrotram, tadapadipadam, nityam vibhum, sarvagatam susukshmam, tadavyam yadbhuta yonim paripashyanti, dhiraha. Who by heart it? By heart it? Say. This should be by hearted. Don't ask which Upanishad. Which Upanishad is? Mundak. Not all are saying. This should be by hearted. Today is Sunday, so try to by heart in few days. This is Mundak Upanishad. A very, very important mantras. Well, any mantra is not important. No, all are important. This is very important. So there it is said that cannot be seen. Who? Paramatma cannot be seen. So anything seen will become inert. But the Upanishad is saying Drishyate. Akshini Purusha Drishyate. So how do you reconcile this Drishyate word in the mantra? So here Bhashakar will say that Drishyate has 2 meanings. One is the literal meaning of sensory perception. I see you. I see the tree in front of me. I see car going. I see the man walking on the road. This is called literal meaning. And other is implied meaning, where you are talking about understanding. Understanding. Where you use the word, oh, I see. Oh, I see. And therefore, ya pashyati sa pashyati has been many times used in Bhagavad Gita. This word, Pashyan word, Drishyate word, is a very frequently used word in Gita, in the Upanishad. Sampashyan Brahma Parvam Vyati Nani Hetuna. This word will be used. Vidyate Hridaya Grantihi. Complete it. Complete. Such a popular Vidyate Hridaya Grantihi. Follow it. Rusila. Which Upanishad? No. You? This comes at two places. Mundak also and Drigdrish Vivek also. Mundak you have not taken. Drigdrish Vivek, that also. Vidyate Hridaya Grantihi Chidyante Sarva Samshayaha Hriyante Chasya Karmani Asmin Drishte Baravare. This is about tapasya. Tapasya is that you have to know all these things for your conviction to be firm, to abide in it. So Drishyate word, Samam Pashyan, this is there. Pashyan word. Ya pashyati sa pashyati. Nanu pashyanti. Vimudha nanu pashyanti. Utkramantam istitam vapi. Munjanam va gunanvitam. Vimudha nanu pashyanti. Pashyanti jnana chakshusha. Which Upanishad? Gita? Okay. So, this is said here. So, Akshani Purusha word has been used. Well, I'm not so bad. Okay. I cannot chant whole Gita, but I can chant 15 chapters, sing the book. Okay. Sing the book. So many years, still I have to see the book. So Akshani Purusha, Sudrish is the meaning. So when it is said Akshani Purusha Drishyate, it does not mean that this Purush is seen. Paramatma is seen in the eyes. What does it mean? What does it mean? But because the consciousness is perceived in the eyes, through the action of seeing, we discern that there must be pure consciousness, because eyes does not have the nature of knowledge by itself. Shrotrasya shrotram manaso manoyat vacho havacham sau pranasya prana chakshusha chakshuhu. Because knowledge aspect is seen in the eyes. Knowledge aspect is seen in the nose. Knowledge aspect is seen in the ears. So this knowledge aspect, there are two things. One is the activity of seeing and one is knowingness. Knowingness. Where? Knowingness in the eyes. This is the consciousness aspect. This is the consciousness aspect. And through this knowingness, I find it out that this knowingness is of the Brahman only. This is neither of the Jeev, neither of the Chaya Pratibimb, neither of the Devata. So Drishyate means discerned, inferred, felt, concluded that there must be some consciousness which is expressing through the sense organ called eyes. I hope this is clear. Not clear. So Drishyate has this meaning. Inferred. So there is some, well, why not eyes don't have the nature of the knowledge? Because eyes don't have, they leave the seeing. If eyes had the nature of knowledge, it won't leave. Like sugar, sweetness does not leave sugar. So whole day and night will be seeing. But when you sleep, eyes are open. But the knowingness in the eyes goes away. That means eyes, somebody else was operating through the eyes. Eyes do not have their own knowledge by itself. Okay. I hope you are clear on this point. So we conclude that there must be some consciousness. Acha? And that light of consciousness went through this machine. Or one machine is apparatuses. Which apparatus? Called eyes. And going through that apparatus, that consciousness now is doing the function of seeing. Similarly, ears are doing the function of hearing. So the knowledge has become functionally changed, but knowledge is as it is. Like electricity flowing through the heater gives heat. Flowing through the refrigerator, electricity is not cold and hot. It depends which equipment it has gone through. Same electricity can express as refrigerator. It can express as heater. It can express as light. It can express as fan. So similarly here apparatuses are fixed. And the same consciousness goes through this apparatus. And it expresses as various kind of sensory perception. So that senseless perception has now converted into sensory perception. So the electricity, which did not have a specific property, now it is coming through as a propertied electricity. Got my point? So Drishyate word indicates this much only. This is the Upasya Devata. This is the Upasya Devata. Okay, I understand now. Now I will go to another Adhikaran. I am not stopping here. We are now going to next Adhikaran. Oh, very good. I am very happy. So this next Adhikaran is called, this is fifth Adhikaran of second part. This is fifth Adhikaran and this is Sutra number 18th. Antaryami Adidaiva Adishu Taddharma Vyapadeshat. Antaryami Adidevadishu Taddharma Vyapadeshat. So let us see this. This is called Antaryami Adhikaranam. Antaryami Adhikaranam, or it is called Antaryami Adhikaranam. And it is only consisting of 3 sutras. 18th, 19th and 20th sutra. Okay. What is this Adhikaran? What is the background of this Adhikaran? Shall I tell the story behind or shall I go ahead? Story you want? Okay. They are more interested in the story. Okay. So this Vishavakya has been taken from one Upanishad called Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. I have heard that. Why are you saying one Upanishad? I know that. In the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, there are chapters, and each chapter has Brahmana. Oh, Brahman Kshatri. Nahi. Section is called Brahman. Section. Person is also called Brahman. I'll tell about that. But there is some section called Brahman. And this is from seventh section of the third chapter. Which one? This Vishavakya, the topic under discussion, is called the Antaryami Brahmana. Oh, that is also called Brahman. Yes. In Brihadaranyaka, that is called Brahman. Which one? Seventh section of the third chapter is called Brahman. In Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. The whole section is on Antaryami only. That is called Antaryami Brahman. But among all the mantras, we will take sample mantra for our study. And that sample mantra will be third mantra. So specifically, we will be discussing on 3.7.3. Third chapter, 7 Brahman and third mantra. Although many are there, I'll show you. Don't see now. I'll show you. Okay. What is the background of this whole Adhikaran? How come this Adhikaran has come up? How you are saying, tell the story. So I'll tell the story. There was a King Janak was there. King Janak. And he performed a huge yagna. Thousands of, Havan Kund made. Not like 1 hour aluminium Havan Kund, not like that. So thousands of Havan Kund was there. Lot of priests. And many Brahmanas have come. This is not that section Brahman. Many Brahmans had come there to do priestly work. And scholars were there. Scholars had also come. From Kuru Desh, Panchal Desh. So this Janak wanted to know who is the most learned among all. So he announced, he said, among that, who is the most learned? You have to test it. And if somebody is most learned, so he had 1,000 cows. He's not giving 1,000 cows. On each cows, the horns are studded. He had made one golden cover for the horn. Horn is there. So it is being well capped by 24 karat gold you don't get. But good gold he put on each horn to cap the whole horn. Oh, yes. 1,000 cows. Not that 1-2 cows in Marriottsburg. Not like that. So there are 1,000 cows. Here somebody took me to Marriottsburg. Goshala. 2 cows hardly. How many cows are here? Where Sirish gets? Where you got the 5 cows are here. 5 cows. Still they are there. 2 cows. 5 calves and 2 calves. Or including the calves. So 5 plus 2. Okay, chalo, good number is there. As per Durban standard. So 1,000, they are studied not with gold, etc. Okay. So cows will be kidnapped there. So here, so 1,000 cows he had. And don't get surprised. Really so many cows are there. If you go to India, I have gone to Goshalas where thousands of cows are there. It is not I don't get surprised. I have lived there. My upbringing have been around cows. So never we had packet milk. Packet milk, I never think that in my house packet milk ever came. So cows were milked and we used to go out taking one vessel and you have to take the milk straight from the cows. So there was a cowman, he used to milk the cows because cow will not give the milk to everybody. He'll kick. Everybody is kicking only. So that she used to kick and when he used to milk the cow in front of my eyes. Pure milk. I never saw packet also in my house. And then there is something called, container through which he gives that. So how many 1 kilo, 1 liter, 2 liter, 4 liter, he'll offer it like that. And still anyway, his name was Mukund. That cowherd person, Mukund. So many people used to come to take. So he had 10 cows, 15 cows. He will give that. And still if you go, so lot of cows are there. They give lot of milk. So here Janak was having that. He said, let me see who is there. So in the meal time, Yagyaval comes in the yagna with the brahmacharis. He says to brahmacharis, please take these cows to my ashram. So brahmacharis started taking the cows. So other people who were sitting, they got very upset and wild. They said, what is this? You are very arrogant. You did not answer any question. You did not prove you are learned. You are taking the cows also, without asking also. He said, no, take it. He said, this is not the good thing. He said, do you think you know the Brahman or what? Yagyaval said, I'm not saying I'm very learned, but if anybody is the knower of Brahman in this congregation, Brahmist is there, I offer my namaskar to that person. I don't know who is learned. But why you are taking the cows? He said, but my ashram needs it. He said, lot of brahmacharis are there, they have regular milk curd. And therefore we need a lot of cows. And ghee is required. He said, why ghee is required? He said, ghee is required because we do a lot of havan. So if curd is there, then only we can make ghee. And we also do every day lot of havan is there. And therefore without cows we are not able to manage. And therefore I asked my brahmacharis and all brahmacharis started taking with the cows. So that's it. It is your problem. If your brahmacharis are drinking milk and having curd and you are needing for ghee for your vegetable and for your roti, etc., or you are using ghee for your oven, that is your problem. Why are you taking all these cows from here? अब क्या करा जाए भाई? You know why? Why? Because Yagyaval was confident that he is the best. He is most learned and therefore he knows all the answers. He said, what? Anyway, I have to do it later on. I'm starting earlier only. He says that so many cows, it will take time to take them. So by the time our discussion is over, we should start early. He said, wow, what a overconfidence you have. Too much of confidence you have. So Ashwal was there. Ashwala was his head priest. He said, wait. Brahmachari said, oh, you take out taking the cows? I'm having discussion. He said, how can you say like this? How can you say like that? First you prove it. He said, okay, I have no problem. Ask the questions. So this Janak's priest called Hota, his name is Ashwalaha. So his first section is called Ashwala Brahman. And in each Brahman, one question is raised by various Brahmans. Right, what? What Brahman? In each section of that particular chapter, one Brahman is asking one question. So in each Brahman, one Brahman is asking. I hope you understood what I'm saying. In Brahman is equal to section. In each Brahman is equal to section. Among this yajna, different Brahmans said, okay, I will ask. So those who knew something, to ask question, you should know the subject also. You can't ask any question. Why you put tripund? Then you ask silly questions. In Jaipur, so Swami Swabodhananda was there. Somebody asked, why you put this, 3 lines? He said, ask serious questions. So, don't ask such questions. So, in each Brahman, so one question was asked by various Brahmans. So, this 7th section, one Brahman comes. He said, I have a question. His name was Uddalak Aruni. He said, I have one question. I said, okay, ask the question. What is the problem? He said, my question is regarding Hiranyagarbha. 2 questions. One is regarding Hiranyagarbha, other is regarding Ishwar. He said, okay, but how come this question came to your mind? Yajnavalkya asked, how come this question came to your mind about Hiranyagarbha and Ishwar? He gives another story. Who? Uddalak Aruni. He said, I wanted to know Vedas. Madhya Desh, there's a place called Madhya Desh, and the Vedas were there. And the person who had to teach us the Vedas, his wife was possessed. Imagine, who will stay there? Possessed by somebody. Who? Let us see. So his wife was possessed by one Gandharva. Gandharva is celestial dancers, singers. Those who are dancers and singers, they have very good dance and they have a lot of desire to dance and sing. So they go to Gandharva Lok. So this Uddalak Aruni had a conversation with that Gandharva who had possessed the wife. Not with the wife. He didn't have conversation with that person who had to teach him Vedas. So the wife was possessed by the Gandharva. So who was in the teacher's wife's body? The Gandharva who was in the teacher's wife's body, he started having conversation with Uddalak Aruni. Following it? Now he asked the question about Hiranyagarbha and Ishwar. This Gandharva who had possessed the body of the wife of the teacher, he asked the question to Uddalak Aruni that what is Hiranyagarbha and what is Ishwar? Quite high class of Bhoot was there. So, tamar good ones also. Good ones also are there. Not that all are bad. No. He said, I could not answer. I did not know that answer. And therefore my question is to you, Yajnavalkya, that what is the Hiranyagarbha and what is the Ishwar? Dalak Aruni is now asking this question. I did not know. I didn't, because I didn't know, I couldn't say anything. And therefore I know, now I want to know what is that answer of my question from you. I'm not testing you. I did not know, and therefore I want to know it sincerely from you. And that answer has been given in this particular Brahman section. And therefore, this is called Antaryami Brahmana. So in this section, Hiranyagarbha is mentioned as Sutram or Sutratma. Be careful. And Ishwar is mentioned as Antaryami. Every section has its own terminologies. This section, the Hiranyagarbha is termed as Sutra or Sutratma, Sutram, and Ishwar is mentioned as Antaryami. So two questions are asked: who is greater, Hiranyagarbha or Ishwar? And then answer is given that Antaryami is greater. Antaryami means Ishwar. Because, and hence this section is called Antaryami Adhikaran. So where it converges to, what is the nature of Antaryami, what is the nature of Ishwar, and therefore you please explain. This is the portion which you have to understand. But why he is called Antaryami now? Why is called Antaryami? Don't ask what happened to cows. Now the topic is over. Brahmacharis must have taken it, and those were drinking milk after that. So, you like milk? You take or not? Yes. So, Antaryami means, Anta means inside. And Yamin word is there. Yamin. So, Antaryami is not feminine, no? Pulling is there. Antaryami, Antaryaminau, Antaryaminah. Nakarat. So, Yamayati controls. Ante Anta Yamayati. Anta San Yamayati. Remaining inside, it controls. Remaining inside, it controls. Is called Antaryami. Is it clear? Not clear. One is the Vachyarth, direct meaning, and other is Lakshyarth of the word Antaryami. What is the Vachyarth? Vachyarth means remaining in all, being in all beings. It holds the particular rule. It is a presider of all the world. Presider. Remaining in your hair, it makes the hair grey. Remaining in the trees, it makes the tree grow. Okay. Remaining in the man, it makes the man old. Heart also gets old. As you grow old, there are more internal problems started. Heart, lungs, Antaryami has no work. It is just holding the rules. It is holding your body. It is holding the sun. It is holding the earth. It is making the earth revolve. It is making the earth rotate. It is holding the heat of the sun. Everything is under his control. He is a controller. And not only that, he is also pervading your mind also. So he has a grip over your mind. He can change your thought. You can do big blunders. Or he can make you very brilliant. We can make you brilliant like Panini. Dullard Panini can become scintillating brilliancy. Not ordinary brilliant. The scintillating brilliancy he is. He got. Why? Because same Antaryami prompted him to become great scholar, grammarian. Okay. Understand this point. So this is Vachyartha of Antaryami. Now direct me. What you say in normally Bhagwan, they say in Hindi that patta bhi bina unki ichha ki nahi hilta. If leaf can move only when he wants. That doesn't mean he's moving the leaves. The existence of the leaf, the leafiness of the leaf, he is controlling that also. He is everything. He is the one who is the main controller of everything. And therefore which accident he will make it happen, which mind he will twist and turn, you can't say. Which person will become good, you can't say. Who will be very close, you can't say. Very big things can happen. In earth, in moon, in mountains, he is pervading it. And he is holding it. The whole thing can fall and still it can hang somewhere. Like in Kedarnath. The boulder came and held behind the temple. Antaryami. But this is not the main meaning. This is Vachyarth. Laksharth or the direct or implied meaning of Antaryami is consciousness, existence. Because existence or consciousness conditioned by the Maya Shakti is called Vachyarth Antaryami. So Satta Spurti Pradata. What will be I saying now? He is controlling all by lending existence and consciousness. So everything is conscious here or it has existence. Although it is a Sat. But it is appearing as if it is very live and true. Because that is borrowed. Like hot water, heat is borrowed from the fire. Similarly, existent world existence is borrowed from the Antaryami. Okay. It is not as that object. Antaryami. The thing is not of that object. And this is explained by a story in Kenopanishad. That the straw or blade of grass could not be burnt by Agni, could not be lifted by Vayu. The entire section was explaining the Antaryami. And this Antaryami was explained by Yagyavalk to Uddalak Aruni. And he said that this Antaryami is in microcosm and macrocosm both. Microcosm and macrocosm. Microcosm means in Jeev, in the body of the Jeev, and macrocosm means in Devatas and body of the Devatas. What body of the Devatas? What body of the Devatas? Like Prithvi Devata is there. So body of the Devata is Prithvi. Therefore you are sitting on the Prithvi is a Devata here. You are sitting on somebody's body. Oh my God. If somebody sits on your body, how will you feel? Sitting on, not only sitting, I'm walking also. I'm kicking also. I'm spitting also. I'm defecating also. My God. On somebody's body. Somebody's body. Therefore you have to say sorry. Samudrasne Devi. Samudrasne Devi. Hey Devi, whole Samudra is your sari. Parvat Stan Mandali. Parvat means mountain are like your breasts. Why by breast? Because from mountain the rivers flow, which is the source of nourishment, of crops, etc. Like the mother nourishes the baby through the breast milk. So Mother Earth, you are nourishing us through the mountains, the river coming out of the mountain. Samudrasne Devi Parvat Stan Mandale Vishnu Patni. You are the mother of Vishnu ji. Namastubhyam. Padasparsham Kshamas. I am putting my feet wholly. Please forgive me. If you chant this, you will not be trapped in an earthquake. If you don't chant this, then two problems will come. Either earthquake will be trapped or you will not have a proper place to live. Oh, I don't chant this. It's your problem. So this Antaryami is in the macrocosm also, in the microcosm also. Who said? Aruni said. Lo, itni mehnat kiya yaar. Yagyavalk said to Aruni. Not Aruni said. Aruni has asked this question. Uddalak Aruni did not know. Therefore he asked this question to Yagyavalk. Okay. Now you open Mantra Pushpam. Now. Oh. And open 3.7.3 of Brihadaranyaka Open Chandogya. Anything we open and things are not there. We ask what is Monday? When is Monday falling? They say Monday I'm in the calendar. 17th. Anything April calendar. 3.7.3. Yav Prithivyam Tishthan. Got it? I got it. It is simple mantra. Who is in the Prithvi? Yav Prithvi. Mark it. That particular mantra. In Mantra Pushpam you can mark it. Yav Prithivyam Tishthan. Ya means Antaryami. Topic is of Antaryami going on, no? Yav Prithivyam Tishthan means who resides in the Prithvi also. Don't forget Vachyarth and Lakshyarth both. One who is pervading the earth. Where Prithivyaha antaraha. I'm explaining the mantra because this is what is the Vishavakya of this Adhikaran. Prithivyaha antara means resides in the inner core. It is innermost. Innermost? Oh, if I dig, it is innermost. No. Don't take the meaning like this. Innermost means what? The substratum of whole earth. Innermost. That enlivens the whole. That is the main enlivener. He is the innermost person in the office. That means he is the one who sustains. Main decisions are his only. That is called innermost. Most means substratum here. Then third word is Yam Prithvi Naveda. Prithvi does not know. Here Prithvi means Devta. Prithvi Devta does not know. Cannot know. It is not an object of knowledge. Who? Antaryami. Prithvi Devta. Prithvi Devta will come in Ramayana. When? Prithvi Devta will come in Ramayana. Little side ending is there in Valmiki Ramayana. So, Prithvi Devta will break open. That is Prithvi Devta. Devtas are there. Such a big Prithvi, Devta won't be there. Even your body, small body, still Devta is there. And big Prithvi doesn't have Devta. Sure? But that Devta does not know this Antaryami. It doesn't mean he doesn't know. He is ignorant. It may be knowledgeable. It means it is not an object of knowledge. So, Vyam Prithvi Naveda. Then, Yes Prithvi Shariram. This Prithvi is the body of that Antaryami. Like your body. Jiva's body is your body. Like your body is the body of your Antaryami and Jiva. Similarly, Yasya Prithvi Shariram. I hope all of you have got the mantra. Prithvi Shariram. Then what is written? Yaha Prithvim Antaro Yamayati. Residing in that Prithvi, it is controlling. So from the Lakshyarth, it is lending its existence. And from the Vachyarth, it is holder of the whole earth. Otherwise, whole Prithvi will fizzle out. The dust, it will fizzle out. And not only its holder, but is making it rotate. Like when you are jumping, so there is one Jeev who is making this body jump. Like your hand is moving. So there is one internal Jeev who is making the hand move. Somebody is rotating. So there is some inside Jeev who is making him dance. So when Prithvi is dancing two way. On its axis also. And around the sun also. Dance around the axis is called rotation. And dance like this. That is revolution. So Prithvi is making two full dance. Who is making dance? This Jeev is there. This Antaryami is there. Oh. So you have Prithvim Antara Yamati. From inside it is making a dance. Oh. Understood. अच्छा, अरे बड़ा अच्छा अंतर्यामी है साहब. Very nice अंतर्यामी is there. And then Yagyavalk tells about all samsara. See, fourth mantra, you apsutishtat, same pattern. Fifth mantra, you agnautishtat. Sixth mantra, you antarikshetishtat. Seventh mantra, you vayautishtat. Eighth mantra, you divitishtat. Ninth mantra, you adityatishtat. 10th mantra, you dikshu tisha. 11th mantra, ये चंद्र तारके तिष्ठ. 12th mantra, यह आकाशे तिष्ठ. यह तमसी तिष्ठ. 13th mantra. 14th, यह तेजसी तिष्ठ. 15th mantra, यह सर्वभूते तिष्ठ. And next mantra, there are 16th mantra is important. He says, यह प्राणे तिष्ठन. Who is in your prana also? Oh, in my prana also Antaryami is there. Yes. I'm breathing, there also Antaryami is there. Yes. Oh, thank you so much. At least I have Antaryami. Yes. Something I have. Yes. I'm not useless. No, you're not useless. No, people think I'm useless. People think I'm useless. They ask me to work also and think I'm useless. Both ways they think. As if I'm the bad person. I'm not so bad. Okay. Let us come to the topic. So, yah prane tishthan. Got it? So how important it is to study the Upanishad. And then he says, please see, then he says, same 16 mantra you see, last line, Eshaha te Atma. This is your Swarup. This is your Atma. This is your Swarup. This is your Swarup. Eshaha Antaryami te Atma. And see the word, next word. Te Atma Antaryami Amritah. This is Amritah. This whole thing is repeated, huh? Everywhere, only this is changed. First word, Prithvi, Vayu. Rest is whole lok is same. And last is coming Amritah. This is immortal. This is Atma. This is yourself, and this is immortal. Eshaha is Antaryami. Eshaha te Atma and Antaryami Amritah. This is immortal. This is Atma also, and it is immortal also. So started with Yaha and ended with Eshaha. Therefore, it is Tattvamasi. You are that. This is what he has said. Who said? Yagyavalk. Yagyavalk said like that. Then what is the question here? Because of which Brahma Sutra has this question. What is the question here? What is the question here? Question here is, we'll see tomorrow. Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Guru Pyo Namah. Hari Om.